Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. Today, we are going to have a bit of fun with the new shaded comic material. So, let's get this party started. So, normally I do this a bit later, but let us start with where can you get this material? Let's take a look. So, this material comes from the new booster bundle that has been added recently. So, you can see amongst all the material we can get in this booster bundle, there is the shaded comic material. The other option would be to get it from the broker. Sadly, at this point right now, it is not on the broker. I did see it on the broker a couple of times, but it was like 900 million when I did see it on the broker. You can see there's a few sneaky people that have put the shaded mask on the broker. I'm probably hoping to fool people into thinking that this was the new material. Well, it happens. Let us start with the Man of Steel, the Man of Tomorrow, Superman. So it works really well to give us a nice, shiny, colorful Superman. The texture is a bit weird sometimes though, but overall it's a pretty nice looking material. So overall we can make a pretty good looking Superman using this material. Sadly, this is the only character I have that has the material, and so I can't really show it properly to you on a proper Wonder Woman character. So this is the best I could do under the current circumstances. And here we have the Batman. Now we can try to go for the fairly classic version of the Batman with the gray and blue costume. And the blue looks really nice with this material. The gray looks a bit weird maybe, so you might decide for the gray part not to use the material. You decide. One of the drawbacks of the material is that if you want to have the eyes for the character, sadly you have to use the bug goggle eyes. So with the bug goggle eyes, you can sort of fake out having the eyes of the character. And another option with that material is that you could decide to have it black and have a really deep black for your Batman character. We can achieve a similar effect with the Void material, and there might be another material also that allows us to get that effect. I think one of the Black Roll Chrome material gives us also a similar effect. Again, if you don't like the weird pattern of the gray, especially the texture,
I'm just like ants at a picnic, ain't I?
you don't have to use the material for the chest piece. Although for the pants, if you want to have the black shorts, yeah, you're gonna have to use the material. And somebody wanted to see the Batman Beyond style with this material, so here we are. So as you can see, it does give us a pretty sinister version of Batman Beyond, but it's a pretty cool looking version of the character. And next we have our friend the Flash. Although there's some built-in texture into the style, so the texture of the style and the texture of the material looks a little weird to me. So I would be tempted to go with a slimline suit instead. Of course, using the Flash boots, the Speedster cowl. For the gloves, sadly we don't have any pair of gloves with the lightning around the edge. So the trim classic gloves are pretty much the better option. And of course, the enhanced Flash emblem. Of course. I thought it might work to recreate our friend, the evil Black Flash. Although we kind of lose the eyes of the character, we see them a little bit, but they end up looking really tiny with this. And I'm not sure if the black pretty much creates a silhouette when you put it all black. Might be a little too black. Oh well. I guess we could try to recreate our friend Professor Zoom. But somehow I don't really like it. I don't like how the yellow comes off. It might be because of the texture, or it kind of makes the yellow look dirty somehow. I can't properly explain it. It looks even worse with the Speed Force style. Again, the texture of the material and the texture of the style itself creates a weird style, a weird texture in the end. Someone asked how it would look like in a white costume, so I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to use our friend Godspeed. Sadly, as you can see, the white is not really white. There's a gray texture built into it, and there's also those line texture also built into it. So sadly, the white doesn't really look white. Let's try another slimline just to be sure. It's probably why the yellow looks a bit dirty. Basically, there's some Not just the line texture, but there's also some gray texture built into the style. So we can't really get it white. This is about as white as I was able to get it. It does work well to recreate our friend Green Lantern. The black, it gives us some really nice deep black to give a nice contrast with the green. I wish I had a better option for the gloves. Oh well. It does give us a pretty cool looking Atom character, if you want to. It works really well with bright colors like red and blue. Or, if you go with black, it works really well with black as well, but with black, it pretty much creates a silhouette. So you decide. Now let's go the extra mile and let's go with the enhanced Atom emblem. Why not? So here we can have a pretty good version of our friend Booster Gold using this material. Maybe too much yellow. The pants look a bit dirty, but oh well, what can you do? Although we might as well go all the way and use the Flashpoint Booster Gold emblem. Why not? And I thought we could use this material to recreate our friend Blue Beetle. Of course, this is the classic version of Blue Beetle. We are going to get an official Blue Beetle set of gear in the game, and I can already hear some of you guys ask when will we get the Blue Beetle gear. From what we heard, it's going to be in January. I have no idea if it's going to be early January, late January. Is it going to be the daily rewards for the month of January? We don't know just yet. All we know is that we will get the Blue Beetle style, the Jamie Reyes Blue Beetle style in January. When? We don't really know. But here, as you can see, we can create a pretty darn good version of our friend Ted Kord as Blue Beetle using the new material. Here it does look a bit weird with the mirror style. Basically, there's a lot of texture in the mirror style, like thanks to all the scale in the armor. I guess depending on the lighting, it looks a bit better. Like here, we have a bit less of the textures. When there's two textures overlapped over each other, sometimes it creates what is known as a Moria pattern, which sometimes create a weird third texture that's... Sometimes it could be a nice effect, sometimes not so nice. You decide if you want to use it or not. Evil player sending me a blind invite.
I've got a toilet in my house.
Overall, it works well enough for our friend Aquaman, but I would be tempted to use some other materials to recreate Aquaman because of the texture built into the material. Another option which is kind of cool is to recreate our friend the Amazing Spider-Man. And the texture can almost sometimes suggest the web texture in the costume, and the Spider-Man costume. Yeah, it's not the same pattern. But sadly, sometimes within the context of DC Universe Online, you do what you can with what you have. And here I'm using the Beetle emblem. But the Red Sun Wonder Woman emblem seems to be a popular option to recruit our friend Spider-Man these days. Although, as you can see for the eye style, yeah, the white is not really white, it's more like grayish. But it still works well enough. Another option I guess I thought would be cool to look at would be Gladiator. It's a red, blue, and yellow costume, and again those bright colors work really well with that material. The yellow works well if you use it in small quantities, but if you try to use too much of the yellow, then yeah, it kind of looks a bit dirty and doesn't look as good. But blue and red looks really good with this material. So if you have a bright character that uses like a bright red and bright blue in his costume, this would be a really good option with those characters. I thought we could use it to enhance the look of our Captain Marvel style, or I should say Shazam at this point. I'm not too sure about the cape, although it does give a nice silver look to the cape, but I probably wouldn't use the material for the cape. So I would not use the material for the cape, but it does work well on the rest of the style. Again, when you have a style with bright colors like red, it works well enough. So how long will this new material be available? The truth is, I don't really know. It should be available at least for 1 month. After that, you take your chances if you wait to open Booster Bundle to try to get the material. Again, normally I would suggest people just buy it from the broker, but when it's on the broker, it's like 900 million, and it doesn't stay on the broker very long. So the demand seems to be pretty high for this material. So sadly, that means that if the demand is high, it means that the prices will be high as well. If you want to purchase the material from either the broker or the trade chat. If you guys want to see more costume with this material, just let me know in the comment section down below. Tell me which costume you would like to see, which character you would like to see me recreate using this material, and I might make a follow-up video at some point. I guess we'll have to wait and see.